So I started my GMAT journey right after I graduated. So there was a 1 month gap between the joining of my first company and the graduation date. So, but for that I did not schedule a date. I started off with I researched a lot about the resources, and I just started off with the Manhattan resources, the books, just the books. I started off with the Quant and the sentence correction. I went through all the books, and then I gave the first GMAT prep mock test about a month and a half after studying. So I got a 630, and I was a bit, I would say, devastated because I was expecting a 700 after one and a half month of preparation. And then I think my joining came. I joined the company, and it pretty much went in the air, all the preparation. And thereafter, I think just 1 hour, 1 year, when I was working, I thought of giving the GMAT again. But this time what I did was I scheduled my GMAT exam just when I decided to give to start preparing. But again, I think I did not have a complete studying structure, which I believe is very important. I just started off with the same Manhattan books, and I think I only studied for about 2 weeks and cancelled my GMAT.
Oh, you cancelled? So, you didn't even attempt it?
No, I did not even attempt it. So this was my first attempt. I just cancelled it.
Technically your first attempt, okay.
Right. I think I started, I thought in late February to give a GMAT again. But having prepared for 2 times or attempted to prepare for 2 times, I knew I needed a structure. I mean, that which is, I believe, very important. I knew it has to be a 3-month journey, and I cannot just prepare for 1 month, 1.5 months, and then again get demotivated. Or I wanted a structure, right? So, and I had read about that e-GMAT a lot, especially for the native, non-native speakers. I mean, verbal I had read a lot for e-GMAT. So I straight away on 7th March, I believe, before starting the preparation, I bought the whole of the verbal part. And just 2 days after the verbal, I also bought the Quant.
Okay, so how was this? How did this give you structure compared to, you had all of these books available to you?
So I think I knew what to start off with, but when it comes to books, so I'm not a very avid reader of books, and they pretty much bore me.
But
so
you were a graduate of Thapar, so you must have been really good in studies in school.
Yes, I was doing okay, but books were not really which interested me, especially when it comes to verbal. I mean, I get bored when studying the grammar rules. Plus, I think I was not a very avid reader of novels, so critical reasoning and reading comprehensions, I have read that people who are very avid readers, it is slightly easier for them. And I was not a very, very good or very frequent reader of books or newspapers. So my study plan, I in fact changed a lot. I mean, I started with the study plan I started with the sentence correction part, and that, according to me, I think was most important, because I think it is a section in which you can get a good return on your study, right? So I thought of allotting about 1 month to just the sentence correction.
Okay.
So for the first 1 month or 25 days, I just spent on the sentence correction concepts. That's all. I did not even do the questions, not even the Scholaranium or the official GMAT book. So just the concepts.
Okay.
And
so then, after that, what did you do?
After that, I think I started with the Quant section because I knew my Quant was good, and in fact, I was targeting Q51. And I think one thing which e-GMAT Quant I believe is a bit underrated, because I have seen people saying that if you're from an engineering background or a mathematics background, you don't need to prep for Quant very much. But I think it's my suggestion actually to just get the Quant and at least go through the concepts. I mean, it's a brilliant refresher, that Quant section.
You're very right. I mean, you'd be shocked how many people don't perform as well in Quant as they can.
I think the main difference was the SC sections were a lot more engaging. I think the best part is you study a concept and they have the quizzes, the application quizzes and the quizzes, which actually are pretty engaging. Unlike the books, you read a concept, you keep on reading the concepts in the book. Plus, I think a book does not interest me. It was my personal choice not to go with the books this time. I mean, I am a lot more comfortable with the lectures. So that was one thing that propelled me.
Did you feel that because of that choice, you could study longer when you were studying with the lessons?
Yes, definitely. I mean, in fact, they were so engaging. Like sometimes I did not have track of time. It was like, because I had allotted. I had in my plan, I had allotted at least 2 hours in the morning for studies in the weekdays. So there were times I used to go for even 3 hours just because the lectures were engaging compared to books which I slept a lot to read. I started with the SC section for the Scholaranium as well, and my accuracy was around 33% to 40%, not more than 40%. I used to do ability quizzes, which contains 15 questions at a time. I think one thing which was very good in my preparation was I always did the timed questions.
Okay.
So I took 15 questions each day for sentence correction. I think about 30 minutes for 15 questions. Sometimes I was not able to do those 13 questions, but it is very important to replicate that environment.
Okay.
For the actual GMAT. So yes, Scholaranium were difficult a bit, but they really help, because in the actual GMAT you do not know the difficulty level. It would gradually increase, right? So
did you use the forums feature within the e-GMAT course?
I started, yes. For the sentence correction, I did use the forum, and one thing which was pretty good was the answers were they responded very quickly. So just when I asked the questions, it got responded very quickly, and most of the times I think the people had already asked similar doubts which I had, so that helped as well.